All right, here we are. Hey, here we are, everyone. Welcome to the
Hi, everybody.
Designer Show. Um, Here we are, another show. We're going to pick up from last week where we were talking about some of the things we learned in Coeur d'Alene. And we're on with John. Uh, John, where are you today?
I'm in Montana still. Going to be
Montana
here for about
still?
another month.
Cool. Kevin, how you doing?
Good.
You
Doing
feeling much better today?
well. Yep, I'm doing
Cool,
great.
cool. Renee, how you doing?
Much
Good.
better.
Yeah. I was just joking with Renee. I said, Renee, you need to put a roof on your house because the light's shining through the top. Chief will do that when you do a render and you don't have a roof on your thing. You leave the light at the top. And Robin, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. And you're getting ready to start running the school there. So you're going to miss a few of these coming up, right?
I am for the winter term, for the fall term, but starting in the winter, I'll be back.
Awesome.
But now I'm in charge of the schedule, so I'll be here on Fridays.
Yes,
from now on.
Robin runs. You're at the. Why don't you tell us quickly about that? What you do?
Yeah, so I'm the department chair for the interior design program at Portland Community College, and it's pretty exciting.
That is awesome.
We're the only residential interior design program in the state of Oregon, so it's pretty exciting.
That is really cool.
Really
You've been
jazzed.
teaching there for a long time now, right?
I think it's 19 years.
Wow.
Part-time, and now I am full-time. I've been full-time now. This is my second year full-time, and I'm now the department chair. So this is what happens. It's like terrifying.
If you hang around long enough.
I know it's terrifying. I need you to know. I'm like, but it'll be good.
That's awesome.
It'll be great.
Congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right. So we are going to talk about some chief stuff today. We'll jump on that in just a minute. Last week, if you haven't seen the show from last week, I showed some pictures from our event, which we had a great time there in Coeur d'Alene. And then we got started on the list. We only made it to about 14 out of 50. So we've got to move along a little quicker and I think we'll be able to because some of those things all kind of go together. So the way I came up with the list that I'll show you here is I always keep notes when I'm at these events, and like I hear something and go, oh yeah, I forgot about that, or oh, I didn't know that. So they kind of go hand in hand. And so I'll just get my little notebook out, and I've been doing this for years, and I just take and I make little notes like this where I just, I should just type them one on there, but I just like to write once in a while, and then I come back and type it all up. So this last time I took 50 notes, almost 50 notes, little tips that I came up with, and then I know you guys came up with some things too, above and beyond what I had. So. Some of you have your own list, which you haven't given me yet, which is fine.
Well, you stole my main one last week. That was the window dimensioning thing.
Oh, okay.
That was a big one for me.
The windows, which windows dimension?
Measuring to the inside of the jam.
Of the frame.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
and that's huge for doing the as-built. So if you haven't seen that, go watch the first show. The shows are always posted on YouTube, Facebook, and if you want to find them all at once, just go to Chief Experts Academy and go to our blog. And in that blog, if you click the deal right here where it says Designer Show, it'll list out all the Designer Show, and you'll see the numbers. And if you want to search for something like, I don't know, window, let's see what comes up. Because what we do, one of the things that we like to do with these, so
it showed up right at the top.
Yeah.
What we learned.
So what we like to do with these things, and we're getting better at it, is we'll give you a little description. Here's the show. It's really just an embedded YouTube and me drinking my tea, which I always love to do. And here's what we cover in these shows. So we've gotten really good at coming up with the topics and the timelines and what we talk about at those spots. So if you want to learn about preference and settings that we talked about here, just go to 2545 in the video and you're there. So that works really well. So you can always rewatch these shows. All right. And a quick commercial as long as we're here. So on the show page here, you'll see links to these. We've got some live training coming up in Bloomington, Minnesota, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's going to be a 3-day live class limited to about 15 people. So fully expect hopefully that'll fill up. It's going to be a beginner intermediate class, and that's more for people that are just getting into Chief or have been using it for a while and haven't really taken any formal training. Because even if you've been using it for a while and you're actually doing plans, you're probably missing a lot of things, which we cover extensively in that class. On November 13 and 14, we're going to do a 2-day intermediate class. And then right after that, November 15 and 16, we're going to dive deep into some of the advanced stuff that we cover in Chief all the time. This becomes a lot of Q&A because we get advanced topics going, and we will sometimes veer off into all different areas exploring things. So, but you really, at the intermediate level, you've got to have had some training. You need to know how to use that program, because we're going to dive deeper into areas that we want to cover. So, if you have never done roofs, don't come to the intermediate class, because we're not going to cover how to start roofs. We're going to jump in to do more things with roofs. So that kind of thing. So we'll post on the site some of the prerequisites that we'll ask. And then, of course, the advanced class. Anybody's welcome to come to the advanced class. Just be prepared to not ask beginner questions. Okay. I guess I don't know of a better way to explain that.
And that's the same thing for the intermediate too. You can, if you haven't done too many roofs, you can come there, but we're not going to teach you how to start a roof. We're going to teach you how to do more with it.
Right. At least not during the class. Maybe we'll pull you aside after and we can talk about it, but we're pretty good that way.
Yep.
And we're not going to talk about how to turn your computer on. Okay. That you already have to know.
Really?
And then, of course, of course, I've had people in my class. We didn't talk about that. But, and then next March, we've got our thing in the summit on Outer Banks. We still got room left. If you click on the learn more, you could scroll down and see what room is available. We're about half sold out at this point. So if you're interested, check it out. Give me a call. Give any of us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you about it.
This one is totally worth it, you guys.
Yeah, it is
You
such
need
a
to
cool
go to
event. Yeah. You will come away with a lot. All right, that's enough commercials for today. Thanks for being here. And let's get jumping on our list of things that we want to cover. So you guys on the call, feel free to jump in anytime with your comments and words of wisdom, because I know you guys have lots of those. Words of wisdom, not comments. But you have those too. Anyway, welcome everyone. Let's go through this first one. I may have covered a few of these last week because we did jump around a little bit, and I don't necessarily remember everything we covered. But the tab key to jump through architectural blocks. And so what that means is, if you have an architectural block in your plan and you want to edit, say you want to edit that chair, you don't have to ungroup it. Just click on top of the chair and hit your tab key. Click on top of the item, hit the tab key, and that'll take you to the item that you selected. It's kind of like the tab key in a bay window. When you have a bay window in your plan, if you put that in, the tab key takes you to the next item. So if you take that and you click on top of that window, it'll take you to that window. So the tab key takes you to the next item, same as the next button down here. So that was an easy one. Anybody guys want to comment on that one?
Yeah, so is that X16? That's X15 now, right? So
Yeah.
when did that happen?
When did that happen?
Yeah, how long has that been there that I didn't know about?
Oh.
Long time.
Isn't that
Yeah,
the same
wow.
function as selecting a sink in a cabinet?
Mhm.
Yep.
When you
Oh,
place
it
it?
is. Yeah, it
Mhm.
is.
Same function. Tab key selects next item. So in this case, when I click on top of that chair, I'm selecting the group. Now I want to select the next item, which is the item I've clicked on top of that group.
So to reiterate a point that I think Robin made a little bit ago, the thing is that if you feel like you're moving into an intermediate status, but you're still confused about some things, so you take beginner, you'll learn things. If you feel like you're moving into advanced, but you're unsure, so you take intermediate, you'll still learn things.
Yeah.
So, we continue to learn things, and we continue to teach each other things,
Yes.
just like that. Like, I can't believe I didn't freaking know that I could do that. But
That's why we keep coming back to these
Well,
things.
it's like the other day when it's like the other day learning how to do this one little thing, and I sent a question to the Hive, and two people gave me two different ideas of how to get to the
Mhm.
same solution. And
Yeah.
it was amazing. It's like, oh, one person did it this way, the other person did it this way. And then they realized, oh, wait, this idea was so much easier. So
Well, how about the
it's
roof on your plan?
just great. It's such a huge program. And there's so much to do, and everybody does it differently.
How about the roof we did on your plan the other day?
Oh, yeah. No, it's perfect. Thank you,
The
Dan.
chief guy showed you one complicated way to do it, and I showed you one really easy way to do it. It's like the automatic roof function in Chief got 99% of your roof done, just like that.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
he did it all
Don't try to
manually.
do
Anyway,
roofs on your own, you guys. Use the automatic roof button. It's like, it's so
Well,
much easier. It's start that way.
At least as a starting point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's
All
a
right.
good starting point.
Use cabinet tool to make custom doors. In fact, you could use any tool to make custom doors, but they just mentioned that in Chief at the event. So they did an example where they took a cabinet door. Just take any cabinet door that you can make any shape you want. So if I take that door and I break it, so let's say I break it this way now. So, and I want to make the top a little smaller. So I'll make that 24. I mean, it's just any 3D object can become a symbol. Any object like this can become a door. So if you
But you
click on that,
removed a bunch of stuff. You removed the back and the sides, and you
Yes.
removed
toe kick,
the toe kick and everything.
Yep. So it's just basically the door. Okay.
Right.
So I think I made the cabinet boxes 0. What did I do?
Right.
It's 1/6. I made the cabinet boxes 1/16 of an inch. But so it's a nice way to do it. And then simply click on this icon. So whenever you want to convert something to an actual 3D symbol that can do something in Chief, click that icon right there. And it will ask you what kind of symbol you're trying to create. This way I want to create a door, not a doorway, but a door. And then I'll show the advanced options, hit OK. And there's that door symbol that I took off from the cabinet. You can still see the little back side of that. Now, what I should have done if I want that on both sides is put the back of the cabinet to match the front. Then I would have had both. Again, it's just a way to do something. And there's 100 different ways to create symbols in Chief. Whether you do it in Chief, import them from another CAD program, doesn't really matter. So what I've done is I've created a door. So now I could go to any door and put that on it as a door frame. So in fact, I've done that right here. I'll go ahead and replace it there. And you notice that all I had to do was
did it on the fly. There you
click
go.
here, and I clicked on the door and bam, it replaced it right there. So and notice
Here,
the
I'll
icon.
show one, Dan. Can I share mine real quick?
Let me just show one thing real quick.
Sure.
So notice the icon that happens when, no, that icon goes away when I try to zoom, but notice the icon, that's the replace item icon that you see when I click on top of the door. Yeah, go ahead, Renee. Show what you got.
I have a door builder package in my.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Renee knows a thing or two about cabinets.
Oh, he can make, guys, if you guys have not seen this, he can do anything with a cabinet. It
I'm
is
pretty-
amazing. He made
I
a
made a bunch of-
Pez.
I made a
Oh,
bunch
you
of
didn't make the
different
Pez thing.
replaceable sections, and I get to hover over an individual section and change the whole style of the door just
Nice.
by clicking and replacing little elements.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
go to-
and
go
this
to
is a
Renee's-
cabinet.
Renee
But
has
Renee,
a
was
package
this,
that you can get from his website, Renee, rabbitdesign.net. .net, yep, not .com.
This one's free. This is in the free section somewhere. This door builder. I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think it is. Yeah, I'll have to go check.
and Renee, this was a cabinet at one time.
Yeah, this is a cabinet. It's just got
Right.
a bunch of different individual sections. So, yeah, and you can add to this kit and send it back to me, and I'll update it so everybody can keep building off of this. No
Nice.
problem.
Yeah. Where'd the Kevin Pez dispenser go, Renee?
Oh,
That was so awesome.
the Kevin cabinet. Let's see
Yeah.
if we've got it.
Yeah, why don't you look for that? You can look for that.
Hey, there he
You
is.
need to watch. You need to be careful with Renee late at night. This is what you learn at the summit.
It gets dangerous.
It gets really dangerous.
Oh God, that's right. You put the doorknob on there.
Yeah, so you can open the door on Kevin.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. You didn't even see that. Oh yeah, you saw that one, Kevin. All right,
Oh,
let's keep
yes, he
moving
saw
on.
it.
Here. All right, I didn't realize we'd have that much fun with just still simple cabinet door. We use the replace from library to change items quickly, and that's what the icon I just showed you. So if I want to replace that doorknob, I could just go to the library and type doorknob, I suppose. Let's see what comes up.
I think it's door hardware.
Is it hardware? Let's see. If
I
get
think
a
it's door
doorknob.
hardware.
Here's a
Ooh,
doorknob.
maybe
Look
not.
at that.
There you go.
So when I click on top of that doorknob, it's going to replace it. So that's really a nice feature that they have in Chief. And it's just like one of those things that I forgot about it. That you can do. I knew you could do bigger things, but to do little bitty things that are part of something, yeah, you could do that too.
Lance pointed out that the idea of exploding or not exploding an architectural block or being able to click on something works when it's a singular block. But if you've got blocks within blocks,
Nested blocks.
yeah, you can't get to the nested block the same way. You have
Okay.
to do it.
Okay.
Can you go
Yeah,
over
Dan,
that?
will you show that icon again? Because you need that. That'll change your life.
The what now?
The one, the replace icon, the replace library
Yeah,
tool.
it's this
Will you
icon right
re-show
here.
that?
It's-
But
look at the.
get rid of the people. John, can you
Huh?
move the people to?
Yep,
Can you
yep,
move us?
yep,
to
yep.
There we go.
Full
Thank you.
screen, full screen. So I can't zoom in on it because it freezes. It goes away when I freeze my screen. At least, yeah, it does. So,
But it's
that's
down
it.
at the bottom
So,
left-hand corner of your screen.
yeah, so you could use that for a lot of different things. So if you've ever had a fixture in your plan, so you put a light fixture and you put a bunch of light fixtures in, and you want to replace it. So let me go throw some lights in, and so I want to replace all three of those with something else. When I click on one, here's the symbol down here. Now that I can zoom in on, so that's a replace object icon. So I could go to that. Now I could say replace that object, or replace identical objects in the room, or replace identical objects on the whole floor. So if I want to replace all of those lights with a different light, I could go to my library now and pick out something that I want to replace it with. So I want to go with that light, whatever that is, and click OK. Now they're all going to be a little bit different. So that's how that works. Another good use, like stools at a countertop. You can't group select a bunch of stools to replace them, but you could use that tool to replace one and then replace them all at once. So that's another example where you might use that. All right. Is that what you're wondering about?
Yep.
Cool. All right, moving on here. Let's talk about stairs for a little bit. I knew some of these things were there, but this meeting kind of cemented in how I could use some of these things. So let's just, extend newels on the sides of a stair. So good old Dermot. Dermot, the guy that does the stair part of the program, was there showing us all sorts of cool things, which I thought was pretty neat. So I've got one here. Alt center wheel, right, Robin?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So I extended those. See how I just extended the newels down, so I didn't have to draw a post or anything in. I might not build it this way, but as a preliminary design to get the project started, that works pretty well. So all you have to do is, like on a stair, just click on the stairs, make sure it has newels turned on, go to newels and balusters, and here's your bottom offset. Okay, so just what do you want it to be? You put a negative number and it'll extend the newels down as far as you want them. So if I change that to 200, let's make it really go down a lot. Nope, that didn't work. Mine the right one.
Is the terrain cutting that off or the bottom of the floor?
No, I'm in the wrong place, I think. Has newels minus 200, not clipped. I had clipped checked.
Oh, okay.
So that's clipping is going to, I don't think I have terrain in here, but it's taken it to the bottom of my defaults. Okay, so the first floor default, or the foundation defaults in there. So I want to go past the defaults for that floor. Now I can make those really big. Not that, there's a way to do those posts that you do on, houses that are jacked up now. What do you call those houses?
You could do that.
Ugly?
Ask-
Do we call
ask-
them ugly? No.
I don't think so. Joe Sanders. Is that the right name? has some pretty incredible houses out there.
Yeah.
He's-
All right. The next stair item, move and change parts of a stair separately. You ever you want to grab a part of a stair and just get rid of it or move it or put it somewhere else? Let me close this one. And so all you do is, what did I say here? You hold down the Alt key to move part of a stair separate. And if you shift select a stair part, you can change it. So Alt key held down allows me to just take and move that.
Wow.
Okay, no problem. If I wanted to change part of a stair, okay, so I want to make this bottom part look different than the top part, shift select. So you highlight the stair. Now I'm only selecting that part of the stair. So I could go in there now and let's just change something. Let's make the mules
Take the
and
railings
balusters. Let's make the balusters. Yeah, take the railing off.
Yeah.
Has no newel posts, and let's remove the railing on just that part of it. There you go.
Wow.
So shift select to just edit part of a stairway.
Works really well when you've got a flight that the bottom 2 steps are exposed and you don't need a railing. So
Exactly. So, so there's that setting. And then speaking of that, when if you just wanted to change the bottom 2 steps, you would want to make sure that you're doing that as, I just did this wrong. So copy, hit the copy button, Alt key held down, and I can pull the copy off. And I can slide this back against the stairs. So if you want to just have the bottom 2 steps with no railings, or 3 steps, make sure you do it like this, where I've attached another stair to it. Now I could change that to have no railings, and that would still have.
you could also do a clean break of that bottom staircase too.
Very good. And I think that was on my list too. So again, I knew some of these things, but I kind of had forgotten them. I think that one's coming up.
It's the next one right there, to break a stair to offset it on a wall.
Yeah,
The next one.
that's exactly what Kevin was talking about.
Mhm.
So there, if we go in, and that's what I've done here. See how I've made that so the stair comes into the wall right there. So if we take a look at that, you would see, get used to my camera here. See, I've done it like that. So now that railing comes into there. And again, that's a matter of using a clean break. Now, let me explain what a clean break is. All right. So if you hit the brake tool right here, that brake tool,
Mhm.
that puts a brake in it. That's the same as hitting the number 3 key. And when you hit the 3 key, you get a brake. And if you move the edge, it keeps the line connected. All right. Now, let me see something. Do they still do this? It used to be if I hit the 3 key twice. No, it doesn't do it. 3 key used to do a clean break. So what we do now is we hit that tool and we hit this little icon with a C on it. Okay, that stands for clean break. So when I break that line, now now it doesn't keep it connected. All right. So when you do that with a stairway, and you click the clean break tool, you're breaking that line that forms the stairway. You just click where you want to break it. And now you can take that part of the stairway and make it a different size. Still stays connected. And that's how I did that to go around the wall right there. Now,
Or to answer Aaron's question, that is how you could have railing on the top 4 steps and nothing on the bottom 2.
exactly. Yes.
Same
Got
way.
it.
So if I went here and I shut the railings off on those, no railings, done. Oops. Oh, you know what I didn't do though? What did I not do?
Think.
Well, that's normal, but no, what
You
did I
didn't
really
sh-
not do?
You didn't hit Shift
I
Alt?
didn't hit Shift Select.
Aha.
Shift
Aha.
Alt. Shift Alt.
No,
No,
Is
Shift
that-
just select for that.
Alt key.
Oh.
Come on. No, why didn't it work? All right. Come on. No, it's not working. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So does that select
Because
select?
because it's still part of the same stair.
Well, select the staircase first, now hit shift select.
I did.
There you go.
And let's turn it back on. Okay,
There you go. Very good.
I was not selecting it quite right.
Got
So
it.
that does work. All right. I was thinking, if I would have done it like this, where I added that little piece separately, but that really should be the same exact thing that you're doing.
So Tim, I think that clean break tool came in 15.
No, it's been there for a while. They
Mhm.
just don't tell you about it.
It's been there for a
Clean
while.
break tool has been.
Yeah.
That's why we go to these things to learn.
That's why we do it.
Shit. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, sign up for the next one.
So, you guys, it's sold out. So there was a wait list. So if you're actually
Yeah.
thinking of going, you need to do it earlier than later.
Yeah. Or come to art classes and we'll teach you there.
Right.
Ed Balusters,
Dermot told me that last year when I was coming to him with a problem. He's like, we got a complete break thing in here.
Yeah.
All right.
If I go back to last year's notes, I probably have that down too, but I didn't do what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So that doesn't cement it in that way. All right.
So do you want to tell people where they can find these notes again?
Go to the blog, and that's where we'll post them. I'm not posting this list. If you want the list, you'll have to go to the Pro Academy where I will post it, but I haven't done it yet. But you can watch the repeat of this video, and you'll see the time codes where we have the list there. Almost the same thing. All right, let's move back to our list, which was.
I'm gonna just add a note.
Yeah.
I'd love it if everybody watching this show made the suggestion to Teef that we can't seem to do anything on a half tread. So be great if we can do some work on a half tread, dropping something halfway into a tread.
Yeah.
As opposed to always needing to break in the center of a tread. It's not always the case that we have, a wall termination right on a tread end.
Are you talking about having a wall come partially into a tread? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we've got or railings
Oh.
partially into a tread, or any number of different
Okay.
things where you need to break and have a totally different style of staircase
And if-
midway through a tread.
And then, of
Got it.
course, if we want to really get on them, give us a nice transition here that comes around there like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Right now, it doesn't do that. I can't imagine. That'd be like asking Dermot to do the goosenecks at the bottom of the stairs. He hasn't got to that yet. All right, back to our list for a quick second. Add balusters, sides of stairways, and as long as we're at it, we're going to go sides of decks. This is something that they added in 14, I believe, or was this in 15,
Yeah.
John? Do you remember? Was it 14?
It's sides of decks is in 15. I don't think it was in 14.
Okay, so we can now do it to look like that. Okay, still can't. Here's how it would normally be. We could do it like that. We could do it so the balusters would come down onto the deck, but we couldn't do it so the balusters would come down along the side of the deck, which a lot of inexpensive decks are built this way, that have the old typical 2x2 wood railing coming down over the rim joist, and we do the same thing on the stairs. Now I think we can. This will go at an angle.
Yeah, you can. I think pretty sure you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if I know if I turn the under where'd it go? Under stringers. If I turn the closed stringer sides, see it will trim them down at an angle, but I have to have closed stringer sides. Just play with the buttons here, and that's what you do with Chief with a lot of things. Just play with buttons and see what you get.
Play with buttons.
Play with buttons.
That's the secret. This is why Dan is so good. You click on every single button. That's what I've learned is you're not going to hurt anything. You can always undo. You have 50 undos.
Yeah, and part of growing up with Chief is I've been able to when I look at a menu like this, I can usually instantly tell that they've added something because I grew up with the program. Someone just coming into this, they're going to look at this and going, huh? So it takes a little while to learn what all these different little settings go, but put it in your brain that all these settings, all they do is they change the way the boxes that you're creating perform. These are all little boxes that Chief are drawing in 3D, and that's what all these buttons do. So think of it like that. So anyway, to make that come down along the side, what I did was I went to rail style and I did a horizontal offset of 2 inches, minus 2 inches. And I turned off the bottom rail and I made raise lower minus 6. So I've offset it and I've done that. And did I have to? Yeah, then the newel posts you can offset to right there. So just, using those negative numbers will push the bottom of those down. And then you end up with something like that. Now, you can't angle the end of these or anything like that. I mean, this is about as good as you're going to get it at this point. But
I wonder to get that to follow the stairs, Dan, if you used made a panel look like this instead of the spindles.
Yeah, you could do that too, probably. But again, if I'm doing a prelim on a project and I'm wanting to use balusters like this is going to get the job done.
Right.
Initially, if I'm going to fine tune it so it's all exactly the way I'm going to build it, yeah, then I'll dig in more, which I haven't done. So, and we don't have time right now. All right. So that's the, did I cover both of those? Sides of stairway, sides of stairs. Yep. The simplify button, when you have a broken line or a broken stair, as long as the break lines up. So if you go like this and you pulled it into a shape like that, you don't have a simplify button. But if I line that back up, and you notice, understand these handles are snapping tools. Don't just pull it over till it kind of maybe snaps in place. Move that handle up onto that line, and you'll be lined up exactly. Bam. You see it snaps perfectly.
Can you try something? Will you undo that, what you just did? Mm-hmm. Will you use the join two lines intersection tool?
See if that works. No.
Doesn't work in that
they're parallel.
position, huh?
Yeah,
they're parallel to each other, so they're not going to.
It'll work if they're a butt.
If they're perpendicular to each other.
If I did that, would it work? Let's see. No,
but it'll work with the one that's 90 degrees to it. So right. if you've got a line that's broken in 15 places and another one, or you know how the cursed triangular connection that you can't seem to get to work, you can grab one line and grab the other one and it'll eliminate everything in between.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. So here the idea is that, I could click on that point and pull it to the end. Actually, can't even do that, can I?
No.
Huh. Oh yeah, I can. But that's really, see, it just doesn't work most of the time. So that's what simplifying does. That's the simplify polyline. So it has to be a straight line. You can't have any kind of a bend in it. You could use this on roof edges, countertop, anywhere there's a polyline. So get rid of the breaks in that line. So if you're using the join line tool, so that would be like if you had something like this, where it's broken like this. Come on, hit the break 3 key, and then you've got the break here, and that's all goofed up. So you want to just rejoin this line and this line. Now we can use the join line tool.
That's what I was thinking. Sorry.
Yeah. See how it gives you the predictive move right there. Click OK. You've just fixed that whole corner. You can use that on any corner of any polyline in Chief, which is pretty much everything that you ever draw in Chief. All right. Moving on. Use the right mouse button to add dimensions. I don't even know why I wrote that down. It's stupid, but you could do it if you want. So if you want to dimension something, you can use your right mouse button instead of your left. It does the same damn thing. It's just, I thought they were going to show us something cool about it, and it just turns out it just works. So left or right mouse button to draw dimensions. So
right mouse button to do what? What are you saying?
Draw dimensions. But it does the same thing in the left mouse button. Unless maybe you can find something that it does different. I couldn't. And I didn't hear them say it did anything. All right. So let's see here. This is kind of a neat little trick. Do story poles inside of a wall. So I like
that was cool.
I like that one.
That was a really good idea.
Yeah. So when you go to your plan, and you know how when you bring up an elevation and you click the story pole, here, let me throw a roof on this. So when you click the story pole option right here, you're not quite sure where everything's going. But if we go to, let me close that. But when we go to an elevation and we do it, start in the middle of the wall, point toward what you,
or even inside the room.
or inside the room. But I want to get the window header heights and that kind
Sure.
of
Yep.
Then, and of course, that I would use my backclip camera for that probably, because I have different layers set up in my template. Now I could do the story pole thing, and now you could see.
You didn't do the story pole. You did auto elevation.
I see that. Yes.
Yep.
Say, oh, that's a mess. But now I can see better where it's going. So now I can see that it's going to the frame of the window and it's going to the ceiling here. It just gives me a little more clarity. Then when I'm done with that, save your elevation and then just pull the camera where you want it to be from. And then when you bring that up, you'll know things are in the right place. So I thought that was
a really good idea to do that.
That was a nice tip. All right. And apparently X16 is going to offer us better snapping as well. So more options for snapping. There were some other things they showed us that were pretty cool. I don't remember all of them. Again, I covered a few of those in the first last week's video. All right, back to the list. We've got automatic. Renee, you want to show this quick?
What's that? Which one?
Your new tab icons like you showed me. I thought that was really nice.
Oh, well, that was me hacking the program.
I know, exactly. So
sure.
Why don't you prepare for it? We'll come back to it when you're ready. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll have you talk about automatic labels, construction lines, because I don't necessarily use construction lines. Was that an X16 thing?
That's an X16 thing.
Okay. So
did you talk about one of the things that I thought was pretty cool in the X16 was that we can dimension 3D drawings now in all dimensions?
We did talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked about that before you logged in last week.
Okay.
The audit for those of you that aren't aware of what construction lines are the tools up here called construction line. And you could put one in your plan, and then you can add a number to that, a call out into that line. So you might say this is A, or A, B, C, D, whatever you want to call it. And then you can make copies of those. So if I wanted to make a copy every 5 feet or 6 feet or 10 feet or whatever you want it to be. And I guess I had the wrong thing selected, but they're all the same label. There was X16 that's going to offer automatic labeling now. And then when you do it going the other direction, it'll same thing, and you could have a different label here than here. So it's pretty cool. Now, the cool thing about those is when you're doing those in your plan, so when you do an elevation or a cross section, those construction lines show up there. All right, so those are the same construction lines I had on the floor plan. So it's a great way to call out things in your section views of your plan. And in more complicated plans, you'll see those all the time. The chief has done a nice job of adding those to our plan. All right, Renee, you ready to show your cool icon thing?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and show us what you got. Vicky uses them to indicate braced wall lines. Yeah, that's what we would use them.
When I have a lot of plan files going, I have trouble seeing where my layout is.
Kevin, you look like a pumpkin head.
Oh my God!
The Hollywood.
That is so funny.
The Halloween scene.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my heads are being shrunk.
Just a hint to people: if you're around Renee with a camera, duck. Otherwise, you could end up becoming a Pez dispenser.
Especially if your name is Kevin.
So when I got a lot of plans open, I have a real difficult time seeing where my layout tab is. So I modify my layout tab to be a different color.
Oh,
simple
that's really brilliant. Yeah, and so
if you're on a PC, I don't know the path for this on a Mac, but I can type %sign program files. This is a little bit of a type. Chief architect.
Before you click enter, zoom in on that.
And you could hit You know what? I don't have my Zoom set up for this particular one.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
You have to have dots in between each word, right? So program dot files dot chief architect
No, you don't.
percentage point.
No,
No
you don't.
dots in between. Okay.
No dots. You just have a /. But I could also just get to program files, get into Chief Architect Premier X15. From here, our resources folder, and then from here, it's in our graphics folder. And these are some of the graphics that are built into the software. And I took my layout page icon and I just changed the color hue of that, and that's it. So
there you go. I thought that was a great.
I'm sure Dermot's going to hack my program now and lock me out of it. But
and then again, you're just doing this when you have more than one plan open.
I just do it for my layout icon specifically, and sometimes I even do it for my camera icon. And this is just so I can easily see it on the screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and that's saved in your template. So every time you open a layout.
No, this is in the root of the program directory. So that's where that is. Yeah. So we're changing the root icon when we've got Chief closed, and then the next time you open it, it's going to load up that icon.
So
I can see the tech support now. Somebody does that and forgets they did it.
They hate it when
program isn't working anymore.
They hate it when I publicize anything like this.
All right, you guys didn't see this. Just ignore it. Okay. But I thought it was cool. So if you do it, be careful with it, please. And don't call tech support. And especially don't call
Renee. Call Renee.
Yeah, right. All right.
FYI, I just added the link to the Mac location also. So
outline in okay. So now we've got messed up on the Mac too. Outline in the installation hatch. So this is a feature request. So you guys go into Chief Architect. Where is it again? Chief Architect, new features or something like that, where you can suggest things and tell them to take their installation hatch tool, make it so that we can draw it with a black outline on it already, so that we don't have to draw two separate ones. So when I'm drawing a stud wall that's insulated, I just do it with one box instead of two. Okay, so now I have to go like that, and then I have to go like that. All right, not a big deal, but what the heck? Why can't I just put an outliner on that? Where's it? It's in every other box in Chief. So there you go. In line style here in that box, that insulation box, this is, Kevin, we'll talk later. But that doesn't change that's the line style of the hatching, not the outline of the box. Any other box in Chief, the line style affects the outline of the box. Okay, so it's one of those inconsistencies of the program that, so now I could do that.
Suppose some inheritance would help that.
Yeah, anyway. So if you're on the Chief website doing feature requests, make sure you put that one in there. The more people that do those kinds of requests, the more it gets bumped percolates to the top of their feature requests, and they'll work on it.
Yeah, we push that, and we also push trying to give us more of a uniform installation spacing.
Right. Yeah. Add a label to a circle. This is a really dumb one, but I just wrote it down anyway. So when you do a circle, you don't have a label thing. But if you take that circle and you convert it to 1 million, sides, and of course that's going to make your plan work a little slower. Now I can add a label to it. Go figure. Okay, so apparently you can add labels to lines, but not to circles. So it's just another one of those inconsistencies of
Renee, get
the
on
program.
That. I said, Renee, get on that.
Yeah.
He'll have it by 3.
Okay. Next is storage. When you bring pictures and PDFs into a plan, but this is more about PDFs. So if you import a PDF into your plan, all right. So I'm going to take. I've got a PDF here, and great. I just did that. Okay. So let me try that again. So here's my come on, quit it. My Windows is trying to tile my display. So if I take like this PDF right here, which is 9.5 megabytes, and I drag that onto Chief's screen, I'm going to import it, and it's a 9-page PDF, okay, and I would just want page 1. So, or a page, whatever page you want, you know, you can scroll through it and look for the different ones. And, you know, you want a floor plan that you're going to trace over. Well, Chief is storing. What the hell happened there? Did it bring in all the separate pages? It's not supposed to do that. When did they start doing that?
It's been doing it for a while here.
Really? I guess I haven't done it. I haven't done it for a while. Well, even if you delete all of these, God, I did it earlier. Didn't do that. What did I click? That's different. That's really weird.
Instead of doing one, if you would have gone down to the lower section, see
Yeah.
pages.
Oh,
yeah.
pages.
You want to make sure.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that it says current page, not just all pages.
I bet I hit all by accident and didn't realize.
Yes.
Could have. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter whether you import one or all the pages. Chief's going to remember all the pages in the file here. So if you go in, if you don't do this, if you go here and you don't click Save in Plan, it won't affect the size of your plan file. All right. But if you move this to a different computer, you won't have the PDF in it anymore.
Okay.
Now, if you want to move it to another computer, you have to click Save in Plan. But as soon as you do that, that 9.5 megabyte file is now going to be part of my file size for the plan itself. So if you do a bunch of those, or you have a really big PDF that you've brought in, and I've seen 100 megabyte PDFs that are pretty common, but you just want one page, remember, it's going to change the size of your file when you save it to your plan. Same with pictures. If you bring a whole bunch of pictures in and you save them to your plan, it's going to change the size of your file. Now, what you could do to circumvent that would be to go to a website called PDF to, you know, if you use Adobe Acrobat, just go into Adobe and extract the pages as JPEGs, pictures, or go to this website. I've been using this website for years and years to take my PDFs and convert them to pictures. And then I just bring in the page that I want. And Chief has gotten really good at handling PDFs now. Never used to. So that's really not an issue, but it produces a really good image that you can bring into Chief, just one of the pages. So that's one way to do it, or just extract the page that you want. But just a FYI for you.
But then, Dan, the reason why you would convert it to a JPEG is that it's going to take up less memory. Is that the point that you're making?
Exactly.
Okay, and then, but you still want to then open that JPEG up and make sure it's saved in plan if you're going to share that file. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. You got it.
Thank you.
So, yep. And if you do a backup entire, plan thing in Chief, backup entire plan, even if you haven't saved that file in your plan, it will back that up into all the files that it creates. Okay. So you will have it that way if you do that, but more often than not, people aren't doing that. All right, so let's go back to our list. We got 10 minutes. Okay, we're still not going to get done here today. Let's pick out some good ones. The XREF plans, we'll come back to that. Sort items in a schedule, hyperlinks in a schedule. So if you were in Chief, I think I talked about this last week a little bit.
You did a little bit, yeah.
You did talk about this last week.
Yeah. So if you're in a schedule, like a window schedule, you can click on the column names to sort them. What am I doing wrong?
You've always been able to do that, though. That's pretty decent.
No, that's new.
Pretty new, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you do a URL here under, you know, say you go to an item in Chief and you put in a comment somewhere. Let me get out of this. Where did I put a comment in something? I don't know. It was a window. Well, anyway, if you go to a window and you put a URL, maybe under comments, okay, experts.com, put the HTTP in there and all that good stuff. And then when you go to your schedule, you'll see it show up here. Now you can't click it here in Chief. That doesn't work. You could copy it. You could open that item and, you know, copy paste it. But when you make it into a PDF, here's a PDF of that schedule. You can now click on that link and it will open up the page that you've shown. So there you go. So so that it works. I mean, it's a way you could put items. So when someone's looking at your PDF on their computer, they can click on it, and someday they'll have the Hogwarts version where you can just click on the paper and it'll open it too.
Complete with swinging staircases.
There we go. Exactly. All right.
Dan, do you have time to show how to move the reference plan in 3D?
Well, we won't get through everything, but we'll go as best we can. Yeah, let's talk about that after I say, everybody, if you're working on textures, Dustin at chiefarchitect.com wants you to, if you need help, he'll help you. He said it. If any of you people, I don't think he said you should advertise that, but he was pretty enthusiastic about it. If you're really stuck on a texture and you need help with it, do that.
And he needs ideas too.
Yeah,
you know, that was a big part of it, because that's what he does. He makes textures. So
this guy is so passionate about the textures in Chief, you can't believe it. So yeah, if they had a white collar for that, he'd be wearing it. So he's all over it. If you want to learn more about creating textures, and this is something I keep saying I'm dig into and I never do, but go to chieftalk.com and search for the seamless texture. No, not the search for the symbols and content section in Chief Talk, and look for the substance player. In fact, if you just search for substance player, it'll come up. And you can actually create your own textures if you want to. It's going to take a little bit of learning on your part. So
I'll give a plug. I train in making textures. So if anyone's interested, they can reach out to me.
Change that to Renee at reneerebbit.com.
There you go.
Yeah. And Renee will show you how to do it. He's like magic with it, you guys.
Dustin said he'll do it for free. So let's hit him first.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pin you down one of these days, Renee. We'll get a class going on that kind of stuff. So you wanted to talk about the XREF?
Yeah, if you got time. Well, I only got 5 minutes, but if you think you can, ready to go.
You have something ready to go you want to show?
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
I haven't tried this yet.
So, and I think I wrote my comments down wrong. So when you do a reference plan in Chief and you have something on the floor above or below, see how it makes that area blue? Or blue-green, whatever that is, but the other lines are red. So they're not lined up. So this line is not lined up with anything, but that one is. That's my main layer for the foundation, lined up with the main layer of the first floor. Now, if you do a XREF to a plan, which means that a lot of people are using this to show their as-builts and things like that. You could have different plans referenced on your plan. You can create a plan view. There's tons of ways to use this, but you go here and you hit. So I've just clicked on the floor number. Okay, to get to this menu, I've clicked on the floor number. And to go here, I'm going to switch. My reference display is going to be from another plan. And I did create a little plan here to show under, where did I put that? I put that under here, and the designers show, and my topics, and today's topic. So here's the XREF plan. All right. So there we go. So now when I click OK, now I'm referencing, see, I wrote XREF in that plan just so you could see it. I used walls for that.
Nicely done.
Like that. But what they showed us there, this has got me a little confused, was they showed us that if the lines were lined up, they would turn blue. And I couldn't get mine to do that. So I'm not sure what the deal was.
Did you change your XOR setting in your...
what's the XOR setting? This one?
Yeah.
So what do I put there? Just turn it on.
That's it. Yep.
Oh, so that's just, okay, there you go. There we go. Thank you. I knew there was something I was missing. So
what does XOR mean, you guys? What does XOR mean?
It means when one line of one color and one line of another color showed up, they turn blue.
You know, I wrote that.
Okay, thank you.
That's basically what they said. That's what it does.
And they give such a big space for it too, so it's okay. Got it. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dan, I'll show my screen for a second here. just because I've got it queued up.
Yep.
If in 3D and you've got a reference on, you can, in the change floor reference dialog box, you can hit edit offset.
Yep.
And once you've hit edit offset, you can actually move your reference in 3D.
Yeah, that's right. That was something new.
Something we didn't know about. So there you go. I moved it way off in the distance.
Yep. So you're referencing another plan that shows up in this view.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Although mine's got a glitch, it turns my grass texture into pink.
Which is- well, you know, pink's hot right now, Renee. So you know, it's not a bad thing. It's the in color. So you know,
I
you're
gotta
just
send this in.
trendy.
It's from all that programming you're doing, Renee. You
Yeah.
screwed it up. Call tech support.
Yeah.
call Nigel. All right. So, yeah, switch back to mine. And I'll just show one more thing real quick about that. So, you know, for those of you that are more advanced and you're doing a development with, you know, a dozen houses on it, you could XREF, you could do a reference plan that references all the other plans. You wouldn't draw them all in one plan. They're all separate, but you could reference them into one plan. So you could show a complete plot plan. You could also show a complete 3D of all of the things rendered in that. So they have added these offsets. So if I go, you know, XYZ, I'll just offset 24 inches. And look at this, we can offset in Z. So we could set that reference plan at a different height. And we can also set it at an angle. So there it is. So that plan is now offset. And you can see where it lines up. So, and then again, you were saying we could grab that and move it. How do I move that in this view? They showed we could move it in the floor plan. I could have swore they did.
Edit offset again.
There it is. So now I could actually just grab that house and move it, put it over here. And if I had done, if I want to now, how would I show that in 3D? Do I have to? Oh, you just
go take a 3D shot and have your reference showing.
Can I say? I would save this as. I need to save this. How do I do?
No,
that?
you don't need to save it. You just open a 3D and then you need to do another reference.
Reference the same plan.
No, reference. Turn on your reference, don't you? It's already there.
So now turn on your reference. Yep.
And
that plan.
This one. Oh, okay. So there it is. So that's where I moved it to. But I didn't do a Z, so that Z is still on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty powerful. So, so there you go. So if you do,
and you could, that doesn't have to be a glass house either. You can make that a standard view on the reference too.
So I could make that standard.
So now you got a neighborhood.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
All right.
Sort of tract housing, though. They all look alike.
Yeah, I know.
Well, and they have that weird outdoor space and those, you know, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's your XREF. Got time for one more. Let's do that.
We got a question.
Yep.
We got a question if we want to tackle it.
What do you got?
For different options, as in using styles, how can I show a basement, a crawl space, a slab, all on the same plan, same model? I'd like to show a 3D of each on the marketing plan, 3 separate plans.
Plan views. Yeah, you got to set up a different plan view for each of those. So let me open up a sample plan here I can open. Give me a second to find it. Let's see.
How would you get a crawl space or a basement? How would you do those two options though?
Because you're looking for in the same location.
Well, then we would. Wouldn't you?
You'd have to do 3 different plans.
Yeah, you'd have to have a different plan. Yeah, if you're trying to show this in 3D differently, you would need 3 different plans. But you couldn't you? Well, John, you did this for a long time with a client.
You could take the foundation and move it, but it's not going to be in the same location.
Right.
You could also take the foundation
open. Just have 3 different plans open. It's fine.
You could. Another option would be to build the foundation as a crawl space, make a symbol out of that.
Right.
And then do the basement, make a symbol out of that, and do the whatever other options you want, make a symbol, and then place them back in the plan in the right place, and put them on different layers, turn them on and off.
Yeah, there's ways you could do it, but ultimately, just have 3 different plans open.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the easiest way, I think.
I think so too.
At the point that you're doing that, just because I can almost hear the arguments to that, but at the point that you're doing that, you're getting ready to reflect this to a client. That particular version of your plan probably is going to be static until they make, until you've had that meeting. So you might as well just create another plan, change the basement, show it to them. They pick with one they want, then work with that plan.
Right.
You could put just the foundations on separate plans and do the reference. Have different same plan views that would do the reference.
You're
going to
do the work twice if they pick that one that that you did a half method on. So just do another plan and present it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's got to be a way to do it. Anyway, a couple quick things. When you are in a 3D view and you're working on something, which means you've unselected this icon that allows you to rotate your plan. Alt plus your mouse. You got a little center wheel there. It's a lovely mouse, I know. But there's your center wheel. Alt plus center wheel. So hold your Alt button down, hold your center wheel down, and you can rotate your plan without clicking that icon. Alt center wheel. So this is where it helps to have a mouse, Kevin.
It's a little challenging sometimes. Little challenging.
Yeah, I'm trying it with a trackpad right now.
Does it work?
I don't know. I'm just getting ready to try it.
All right.
It was all.
Then I'll cover one more thing. Let's say you do a image on like a TV and you want it a little brighter. Okay, so I was just playing with this. I think Renee, you might have said something about this, or someone did. But anyway, so let's just switch to a PVR. And now that image is kind of dark, so I want to brighten it up a little bit. Hit the rainbow tool, and you need to find a tool that allows you to do emissive. And if you so I just selected general material for that photograph. So there's the photograph that I put on the TV. Emissive. So I think if I go to like 2000, that might be too bright.
Too bright.
Let's go 250 and click OK. Yeah, see, it even says monitor. Now it's going to brighten that up. Why isn't it brightening it up? Because I'm using the wrong camera. Why didn't that brighten? Let me try that again. Let's go inside the room. It all worked perfect when I was practicing. There it is. I just needed to refresh the view. See how nice and bright that is now?
Mm-hmm.
So it really stands out. So if I switch to a PVR, why is it not staying bright, Renee? In my PVR. I guess
it's brighter than it was. It was brighter
Renee's
than
gone.
It was.
Where'd he go?
Renee knew you were going to ask this question, and he didn't have an answer, so he left.
Oh man.
On the other topic, I did test out the Alt, whatever you said it was, on
Alt center wheel.
Yeah, Alt center wheel on the Mac, which doesn't have a center wheel for its standard mouse. It's either the standard mouse and Shift Option, or it's the standard mouse and the trackpad. Or it's Shift Option and the trackpad.
Okay.
Can you do that again? Timothy wants you to do it again. I think a lot of people would be interested in how to make that work again.
What are we talking about?
Making the screen brighter.
Okay. So find any material. You want any material brighter? Let's do that picture there. And it could be anything. It could be the candles. When you add emissive to something, it will be brighter. So in fact, you could make it look like a light. So when I clicked on that material, and there it is right here. Okay, so again, I'm using the rainbow tool, this little tool up here, to click on the material. You could open the item too and find that material. Or go to properties. Again, you might have to select, it might be something else, but you select general material and you'll have emissive available and you could turn it up. So if I go really bright, you're just like, whoa, now it looks like a light. So again, just hit that and turn it down a little bit. And that brightens it up really nicely. Of course, look at my screen almost needs to refresh when I do that. So now if I go out of there and come back into it, no, it's still too bright. Maybe that 250 is just too bright. Let's try 30. Why is it not changing? F5. No, not doing it. Last time I went out of this camera and I went into a different camera and it came in, worked fine. I don't know. It worked before. Huh? Weird. But I've used it on other plans and it works fine. Maybe I don't know. Just try refreshing when it doesn't work. All right, you guys. Thank you, Kevin. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do, quick.
My company's Design Build Mentor, and I'm here for you. My goal is to help you become more profitable in your business, all aspects of it, everything from how to communicate with people to how to set up the back office. But my goal has more to do with the relationships built and the way that you can better communicate with the people you work with.
Yes. So cool. I'm excited that you're doing that. John, how about you? What do you do?
I help folks like you do better with your chief. Help you finish up plans, fix plans. I do some coaching. Help Dan with live teaching, all that kind of good stuff.
And you do it very well. So I love having you around for all of our classes that we do. And John does have a good team. He's a great team for helping you with plans. So if you need help on plans, reach out to John.
And he's a really nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Kevin
Kevin too.
Guy.
Thanks.
Yeah, Kevin too. You know, well, you know.
And Robin, what do you do?
So I can assist you if you need design support, especially with kitchens and bathrooms, lighting, living in place, any of those type of things. And you need support with your team or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, or if you're looking for ideas, which
Yes, so
Robin just helped me with my sister-in-law's kitchen. It's like I was looking for some ideas, and she reached out, she took it over, and like, bam, cool. So
It
we
doesn't take
adopted
too
most of her ideas. So
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear
So,
that.
You guys
Good.
reach out. And then, of course, I do chief training and support and coaching, and I do help on plans when I can. And it's what we do. So we're here to help you guys. So if you need anything,
Absolutely.
reach out to all of us. And Renee, too. I don't know where he went. But if you're looking for help on, especially anything rendering or things like that, he's just a pro at that kind of stuff.
But be sure to check out his website because he has a lot of really good tools to make your life more efficient. And he always gives free symbols. So especially like that door one, that's free, you guys. Doesn't hurt to buy it.
All right, cool.
It's great.
Thanks, everyone.
I always
Have a
tease
great day, everybody.
I always tease my clients that I'm going to charge them according to the time I save them, according to the time I save them, not according to the time it took me to teach them how to do it.
Oh my God, so smart.
I've spent all the time I get a call that says, I've spent 6 hours trying to figure this out. And within 5 minutes, they know how to do it.
Yep.
So
your
smart, time is
John.
valuable. Don't spend it struggling. Your time is very valuable.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. See you
Thank
guys.
you guys. Have a
Guys,
good day.
have a good one. Bye now.